And yeah, yes, team. So we are at the end here. So the top 10 trends and the predictions for the future in terms of DevSecOps. So first one is the increased automation, because we are just like dealing with AML and we need to have this increased automation. Then also we will be having the shift left security. We have to like manage the shift left security, and we are having the zero trust architecture. So don't believe anyone here. So that is what we are calling it as zero trust. So you should give this principle of least privilege kind of thing, or the RBAC, the role based access control, and the cloud native security, because like the one which we are actually working right now is kind of like cloud native one. So definitely we should be having this cloud native security, and most of the time we are just like providing this DevSecOps as a service. So this is another trend that we are going to get, that we will get in terms of this 2025. Yeah, just like having this enhanced compliance automation, maybe like using the tool which we have just like seen, and API security, because everything we are exposing as the API, so you have to focus on this API security and unified DevSecOps platforms, and already Prisma Cloud launched this unified DevSecOps platforms, and then we should be having collaboration and the culture with all the members, and then we will be having this security training and awareness. So these are all the top for the future of DevSecOps 2025. So let me start with this. Yeah. So please consider this image as the developer. So developer will write a code here from the laptop, and it will just like I mean he or she will package that into the he or she will like what's the like let me do that. Okay. So let me like do this particular one. So let me like do this particular one. So like you will be like managing this in terms of your GitHub, let us say for example, and then from GitHub like you will build that, and you will let me like take this. So you will just what is the like container image, let I would say container image, and this particular container image will be uh, this particular container image will be deployed in a Kubernetes cluster. Okay, and this particular Kubernetes cluster will be available in a cloud. So I'm just giving this particular. So now the user, so the users will be accessing. Okay, these are all like multiple users. So the users will be accessing the okay, we are calling it as users. Okay, the users will be accessing your application here. So if the user found a security bug here, let us say this is a bug like that you got. Okay, so this is a bug that you are getting here. Okay, security bugs. So they are actually founding, the users are getting this in the real time production. But what we are actually trying to do is that we are actually trying to, okay, instead of like founding these bugs in the final stage, we are implementing some security measures here. So please consider these as this image as security measures. So at each and every stage we are actually implementing the security measures, and that will actually find your vulnerabilities. And then what we are doing in this security shift left means this, for example, if you found, okay, so we found a vulnerability in this particular container image. So team, what we will do, so we found a security vulnerability in this particular container image. Now, so what we will do, any idea, maybe based on your understanding or based on your experience, could you please like share that? Now the developer wrote a code. Okay, this is code, and it went to GitHub, and from GitHub like we created a container image in an automated way, but we found a vulnerability here. Okay, so this container image got created because of this code. So what we will do means we will shift left this particular approach. So we found an error, or we found a bug or security bug in the container image. So we will send the notification to the developer. Hey, developer, we found this particular vulnerability in the code or in the container image. So please change your code accordingly. So instead of taking this container image to the Kubernetes cluster, okay, we are not doing that. Instead of, we are sending the message or notification to the developer stating that this particular container image is having an error or having a security vulnerability. If you see the direction from, let me take another color here, from developer to container image, it is called right. So it will be like in terms of the right direction. And from container to developer, may I know like what is the direction that it actually implies, team? Maybe um, you can just like, post that in the chat. So from developer to container, it's right. And we found an issue in the container image, and we are just like what is like sending the notification to the developer. So what is that particular direction actually? Yeah, that is right. So actually, it's like you, the point which you are mentioned is that, yes, Prasanna, that is actually left. So this is what we are calling it as shift left approach. So this particular DevSecOps is shifting left your control or the action items. So instead of promoting that to the deployment. So this is what we are calling it as shift left approach.